Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting Hearts of Iron adventure. We're playing the Hearts of Oak mod, the Director's Cut version. It's just a mod called Director's Cut on the actual workshop if you want to take a look at that. We are slowly setting ourselves up for a standard historical setup, except we're going to try for a sea lion instead of a Barbarossa and see how that works in this mod. Let me turn on the sound of the game here. There we go. Oops. So right now we got the Spanish Civil War raging, and we don't have a lot of forces, but we are in the process of building up a lot of infrastructure, including lots of dockyards, so that we can operate Plan Z as soon as that is available. We've kept up with our research pretty well. So we had a bit of a snafu in last night's thing where we tried an ambitious plan to surround Madrid, but we only have 2 divisions, so we couldn't really do it the way that we wanted to. So we're going to avoid that. It's going to be hard enough to pull off a sea lion, I think, if I also have to worry significantly about, what is this? Not paid licenses. Huh. Oh, that's mean. Hold on one second. The dog wants to leave the room. Go ahead. Okay, what do we do with this one? We're almost ready for the 1940 ship hull, but before we do that, what do we need? We need this advanced machine tools, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay. Wow. That's going to take a while. So maybe Plan Z won't be ready just yet. But we have to start this now. We have no choice. All right, so let's do a little focus on what's going on here. Tanks. I'm going to send the tanks around to go and fight over here. We've got a limited amount of planes, and they can fight okay in the hills. They're light tanks. They can do decently in the hills. We're going to give them that designation to try over there. And we will... yeah, we're overloading that airfield now. That's no good. But, you know, that's not our fault. That's your fault for also having planes there. You get rid of your planes and leave mine there. But they've got plenty. All right, so how's our construction here? We're still behind on horse equipment, transport vehicles, and support equipment, but not by too many days. Only a couple of months behind in most of these. And I believe, yes, I still have a bunch of factories already lined up. So as we produce these military factories, we will take care of that situation. We're also getting the opportunity to add more synthetic refineries to the places where it is most easily able. Oh, we just gained decimetric radar. That's nice. I think we kind of want our recon to have radios. That's not a huge investment. Each recon company will need a radio, but we're producing a decent chunk of those, I believe. Radio equipment, we're producing 2 per day, so that shouldn't be an issue for our recon companies. If we have to get all of our support companies with radios, then we start having some problems. So let's see if we can cut off... Where the hell's our... How come we can see this? Wait a minute. Whoa. Somehow we didn't go all the way around. We just plowed our way through over here. Okay. I guess that's one way to do it. Now, all of these planes over here, I want to get them to the proper numbers. I prefer to have my squadrons in groups of 200 because when you upgrade an airfield, it always upgrades everything in groups of 200. And if you have it in 100, you get a lot of extra clicking that you really shouldn't need when you're moving stuff around. Now, this is what, transport planes? Transports. I'll get them in groups of 100. And I actually like having transport planes around, even if I'm not necessarily doing a paradrop, because the transport planes can let you move supply to an area that has low supply, which is pretty valuable. And here we have our dive bombers, or our naval bombers. Okay, well, if we can't do Plan Z yet, because the whole thing about Plan Z is it gives you a specific amount of time to build a bunch of these ships, and it gives you a bonus or a penalty if you do or don't finish. I'm not sure exactly, but the other thing it does is it reduces the ahead of time penalty by 1 year and gives a 200% research bonus for battleship models, but we can't do that if we don't have the appropriate technology, which we're working on, but it's still going to take us 461 days. So maybe we get some industrial research to speed this up. Just pure 15% industrial research speed bonus. Let's do that right now. That'll probably lower it by a little bit. Okay, what did it lower it by 20 days? That's not terrible. I've got to figure out what to do here, because these actually... This is locked behind rubber processing and early refining. We're getting both of those right now. And then these are locked behind the next set. We can't do any of these. I guess we'll do the steel trade and the resource rationing. These are both good. Steel trade gives us the ability to use steel in Belgium and Sweden, but it costs us a little bit of political power. But it gives us political power, so there's that. And we've got a lot of these slots opening up here. What do we use them for? We're halfway through 37, so if we can avoid doing 1938 stuff, we should. So let's do some doctrine research while we wait for 1938 stuff to become easily acquirable. All right, so how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 more military factories, and I will have reached the limit of what I have planned out. How many more naval factories do we need? Who the hell knows? What is the goal of... See, here's the thing I don't understand about this Plan Z in this mod. At least not yet. It says we have 800 days to build the following ships. Do we have to build those ships at that time, or do we just have to have a fleet with that many of those things, including the ones I have now? If I build stuff now, does it count towards that? I don't know. We're going to find out. Right now, I'm building a bunch of destroyers. Hang on, before we go any further, let's take a little closer look about what we got going on down here. They are ready. Execute the plan. But yeah, I'm producing another Scharnhorst class battleship that's almost done. That's going to free up 5 dockyards. I should actually have at least 1 dockyard working towards convoys at all times. So I'm going to need to build a new ship here. I need to construct a new type of ship. Right now, we've got a fleet destroyers coming off at 10 per year. That actually doesn't sound like enough. I mean, our production output will be increased over time, but boy, that just doesn't sound like enough. We're also getting escort destroyers at 6 per year. Do we do another line of fleet destroyers? I mean, you need dozens of them. 10 per year is just 30 over the next... That's not enough. I'm going to put the convoy up here. So let's go ahead and add another line of Rydell-class destroyers. And then we'll add a new, probably light cruisers to the mix after the dockyards we get after that. The Panzer. There's something. I don't know the words. All right, we've got enough for another one of these guys, one of these folks. Military theorist. Massively increase my land research doctrine speed. That's good. I'm about to start researching a lot of tanks, though, aren't I? Mobile warfare doctrine or research speed for armor specifically. Let's look at this. This is the one I should consider. These are all available, it looks like. I can choose any of them? No. And it's hard to tell because the symbol lights up. It's like blacked out, grayed out if you can't do it. But this, okay, that's also grayed out. This is grayed out. So I've only got two options right now. Henschel early, which means heavy tanks get boosted when I research them. I'm not going to be researching heavy tanks anytime soon, though. So the only other one I can put here is Vomag. This kind of suggests that I should consider going down one of the trees that unlocks my other tanks. Ooh, this would increase the production cost of my main battle tanks, but increase their capabilities by a considerable amount. What do I need to do this? Oh, I need the Albert Spear to get these guys, and I need to complete the Focus Panthers in the East. Well, that's not happening anytime soon. So, Daimler-Benz. Oh, I can select this one. Medium tanks. It's basically the same thing, isn't it? But it's max speed instead of soft attack. I like the soft attack better here, but max speed is good too. What's this one? Can't do this one because we need Rheinmetall merger if we want to do this one. I like this one. Let's find out where that Rheinmetall merger is. Okay, it's right there. Oh, I can't ever have that one because I didn't go down Goring's plan. So that's forever not available to us. This one lowers the production cost of our mechanized medium tanks. Oh, and medium support tanks, not medium tanks themselves. Medium assault gun. Medium tank destroyer. What is a medium assault gun? I thought that was a self-propelled artillery. Maybe medium assault gun is a medium tank? No, because that says medium tank. Medium assault gun. Is that a special type of tank with this mod? These are medium tanks. Maybe this is a medium assault gun? It says medium tank chassis. This is a self-propelled gun. Oh, German assault guns, right here. Duh. So how do these compare to anything else? Let's take a quick look and compare them. All right, so a regular Panzer III. This is the same timeline as far as I can tell, right? Oh, damn it. Okay. Regular Panzer III. Hummel. And then assault gun. So, regular tank, lots of breakthrough, and decent soft attack. Self-propelled gun, no breakthrough, high soft attack. It looks like an assault gun is a balance. No, because the soft attack of an assault gun is the same as a medium tank, but we lose all the breakthrough. So where do we get the benefit of an assault gun? Max speed is the same. Piercing is about the same. Armor's about the same. What's the benefit of an assault gun? It's cheaper than a medium tank. Huh. So when you don't need all that breakthrough, it actually has a little bit more defense also. So the armor is a little lower. The heart attack is a little lower. Everything's a little lower, including the fuel use and the cost, except the defense is higher. So an assault gun, mobile fixed turret armor with infantry support artillery. To me, that suggests, and let's see if there's any, so it's like 7.5 and 10, 5 and 5, so these are weaker. Oh, wow. Actually, they have better stats in rough terrain, generally speaking. Ooh, 40 and 30. No, it's not always the same. Huh. Assault guns are much better in cities than medium tanks, but they're much worse in forests. That's very interesting. Not that we're going to be going to a lot of jungles, but I was just checking those stats as well. I'm not sure where this fits, other than it's cheaper and it can slightly be better on defense. All right, well, that answers that question at least. If we were going to get the VOMAG, this is all about bonuses to everything except the base medium tank. We would be using assault guns maybe in place of a medium tank. Krupp? We can get Krupp? Yes. Oh, the Krupp lowers the production cost, but also lowers the reliability of all of our tanks that we design with that. That's not good. We also need the merger to get that guy. Huh. So we don't have a lot of options here. We can't choose this one or this one. We can get this one. I think it's going to increase the production cost of all our medium tanks that we research, but it's going to increase their heart attack, max speed, defense, and reliability. If it increases their defense, that kind of... Alternatively, we can make these all better and lower their production costs, too. I also like the idea that when I want to go this and get the mechanized. I could avoid doing this, too. And instead get one of these theorists. Yeah, let's get a theorist for now. Armor speed increase is always good. Why are you attacking across a river? Don't do that. We're just trying to choke off these guys here. If we can get to Barcelona, then we will have successfully blocked off their supplies. Early refining is done. We're almost to 38. I could probably get this increasing my factory and dockyard output. We definitely do want dockyard output increased at all possible. Sue Hearn? You don't say. Maybe I attack this guy before he's able to recover his organization. Even though we didn't finish our planning bonus, this is probably still a good attack. And if we can send one of the tanks to speed into Barcelona and capture that port, while the other one defends the breakthrough, that will be good. Halt! We can send them both to fight the battle, but one will stay behind. All right, rubber processing is done as well. So now we're just looking for anything else in 38. Here's our 38 thing. We get some research speed boosts. 30 days. When it's at 30 days, it might as well be forever. That means just, infinity days for all intents and purposes. All right, so yeah, I've got a bunch of rubber and fuel plants being built here. So we finished the carriers. Do we want to? No, we don't want to do that. That's no good. We're already doing land doctrine. We can do a naval doctrine. Unless is there anything else in 38 that we want to mess with? Here we go. We've got a lot of things in 38 here, actually. Let's do armored cars, because I don't think they get any bonuses from our design companies. At least not the ones that I looked at. Why won't these guys leave this airfield? Go somewhere else, damn it. Maybe if I capture that airfield, I can use it. "15 days. It's too long. I think it's because, yeah, this is a weather problem still. 50% division attack. Autonomous state, huh? These guys are probably still in supply up here because of the port. But as soon as we take this port, if we can take it, and it's going down regularly and reliably, then we might get some attrition going on in here. Recon radio's done. We should probably get support company radios. It's going to cause some problems if we do not have enough radios in storage, which I don't think we do. I'm going to hold off on more of that research. Consider these... no. 38. Here's some 38 research we can start doing early. All right. 9 days. All right, resource rationing. We unlocked both of these. We get free synthetic oil refineries, and we get 3 free synthetic rubber refineries. Let's do the rubber refineries first. That will actually let us... Oh, our fuel situation's not great. But it's got 148 days left. That's enough, right? Ooh, we're short on tactical bombers. Because I increased the size of my thing here. I really wish the default for air was not no retreat. They shouldn't be going up in the air if they don't at least have 25% strength. It's just suicide at that point. Why is the default to kill themselves instead of just waiting? Same for these guys. All right, 7 days. Keep it going. Burn them down. See, if they're smart, one of these guys walks over here and just makes the whole thing useless. Three days. What are they saying about decisions? Oh, we can do Anschluss. Because we passed the July 1st date. Should have done this a little sooner. Huh. Nothing's happening. Oh, it takes a bunch of days to go into effect. Okay. Interesting. Ah, we got Barcelona. So now their supplies are cut. I don't know that I want to, like, keep driving into them here. Oh, there's Italian tanks right there, too. I'm not going to actually launch this, but I'd like to have them get a planning bonus by sitting here. Like, we should definitely not be attacking into these mountains. Terrible idea. I'm kind of just hoping they die out of supply, but something tells me that's not going to happen. There just aren't that enough people in there to have that much attrition that fast. They don't even have attrition yet. We would see little skull symbols like this. Oh, there's a big spot open here, but it's all hills and mountains. I don't want to put my light tanks in there. If they're, like... If their strength was lower, this would be decent, but it's not. We got Zaragoza, that's good. Where's their new capital? Oh, it's still Madrid, actually. Zaragoza was not the capital. Actually, that might have been the... it's the same from both.
Zuhören! Achtung!
I don't want to attack that. I don't. I've done my job. I've gotten you guys a nice envelopment here, but this is not a job for tanks. Question is, what is a job for tanks? And the answer is, go to here and charge across this nice low valley. This is dangerous here, but I'm trusting that they know what they're doing, except they're about to lose the airfield. No, wrong thing.
Befehle?
Somebody's got to attack him before this gets closed off and the Nationalists lose a ton of guys. There we go. Made it happen. Can we bring our air units down into here? We can. Now we're in much better shape. We're fighting in hills here, so it's not ideal. But we're really just preventing him from walking into the airfield and hoping that we get some more forces showing up here soon. The enemy managed to completely surround the envelopment, so that's not great. The Nationalists are slowly pushing up on this southern area, though. For now, I'm just going to try to keep this open for them, rather than try to dive in there myself. I don't trust them to keep it open. Hello, FF. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of Guild Wars 2. I liked the art style, I liked the combat for what it was, and I liked the method through which they tried their best to make like the story an interesting point of it. Let's try to make this a little bigger, perhaps. And they tried to make the actual process of getting to max level an enjoyable part of the game, instead of just the thing you grind until you get to max level and then the game begins. God, I hate that sentiment. Now, we don't have... I think we should have a couple more light tanks. And heavy tanks, or medium tanks, rather. I don't think we're producing enough equipment to do this, but we're at least going to see where that leaves us once we start trying to develop it. Yeah, you can see there's not enough equipment for either of those. So what are we short on? We're short on the medium tanks, special equipment, and transport vehicles. And we're working on all of those, I think. Special equipment's going to get an extra factory. That's an extra 50% increase in its production.
Angetreten.
Here we're attacking into a rough terrain. Oh, but is this... No, it still has the Spanish Civil War. They're supposed to take... In the base game, they're supposed to take decisions that remove that over time. It looks like the mod just made it so that it's a weaker effect, 50% instead of like 90% attack reduction, and it just never goes away. All right, synthetic rubber refineries, good. Synthetic oil refineries, also good. I'm glad we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole lines of civilian factories working for us now. That's really valuable. Special projects. The steel trade requires us to send 3 to it, huh? Forever? In perpetuity? Apparently. Let's go back and check that out. Yeah! We just forever. We gain access to those, to the steel in, what was it, Belgium and Sweden. I don't know how they did that. Do we have access to this? Is that how that works? Let's look at our trade situation here. Svealand. Yeah. 54 steel. So, oh, okay, so the little German flag. So we are officially taking this from them. And we're officially taking the Belgian steel. But... oh, we don't need that much rubber anymore. Because we're actually producing our own. Excellent. That frees up some civilian factories.
Angetreten.
Might be able to force our way to the coast here, get to Valencia. I'm not sure if that will be enough to collapse them, but Valencia is worth a decent chunk of points. Madrid's probably worth... yeah, Madrid is really what we need to do to collapse them. But it's just... armor's just not good for fighting in cities. We'd be grinding ourselves against it. Where's our air forces? Are we still in the northern airspace here? Just barely. Northern Spain is right there. As soon as we start fighting down here, I have to change where my air forces are participating. Hello, Raffies. Coming to... yeah, and I would call it a successful venture, too. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, but I stopped playing it after 6 months. Like, that's okay. That's how games can be. You can play a game, enjoy it, and then when it's done, you stop playing it. That's how they're supposed to be. The concept that games are supposed to be infinitely replayable is always going to disappoint you, every time. You're either going to be stuck in a ridiculous, repetitive grind fest that is compulsive rather than fun, or you're going to just be disappointed that things get boring on you. All right, so we gain some base war support and stability. World tension goes way up. We get to annex Austria, political power. How many... did that already happen? No. I want to see how many new factories we get. I wonder how many dockyards we're going to get from Austria. Anybody want to guess? We get 118 and 124. And that went up to 137 and 151. Oh, wow. So that just gave us all the military factories that we've been hoping to get, that we lined up. 46... 124. We might need more medium tanks. Ooh. Transport planes. 213. Whoa. Medium tanks. Let's give 2 more for light tank, 2 more for medium tank. Like a whole, almost a whole other line of tactical bombers. And like our transport planes, we don't have a lot of that at all.
Achtung!
Oh, we gained some free divisions, huh?
Angetreten!
Angetreten! So let's take their... Whoa! Their version of a mountain division is way better than ours. We just have a mountain brigade. Bleh. Alright, so this is antiquated. Let's get rid of that. And then we'll convert all our mountain divisions
Angetreten!
to theirs.
Angetreten! Angetreten!
There we go. Okay. And now we need to look at their infantry division. Not nearly as good. Not good. Let's make that antiquated. And then we'll convert all of those.
Achtung! Bereit zum Ausrücken.
I think that's everybody. To infantry divisions of our caliber. We'll add them to the training division, or the training army.
Zuhören! Ausrücken!
Now, I do have a lot of army experience, so let's go ahead and see what we want to do. This is pretty good for a division design, actually. I really like it. They've got... Let's see what happens if we change the recon to something else. If we change it to a light tank recon, we'd gain some reconnaissance, but we'd also pretty significantly increase. We wouldn't really benefit from the armor that much. We would benefit from the breakthrough. One of the reasons I really like adding light tank recon to armies is that it gives them good breakthrough. It goes from 59 to 82. So that's a good, I don't know, 22-ish. I could also do an armored car recon, which gives them more reconnaissance. I think I do want to do that. Heavy tank artillery support, or heavy artillery support also gives some good breakthrough. Doesn't change their movement speed at all, but it does lower their organization and pretty significantly increase their cost, but that's okay, right? And then, this is interesting, you get to choose between a logistics company and a motorized logistics company. The motorized logistics company actually lowers your fuel usage and supply usage by a higher amount, but it needs transport vehicles, which presumably uses fuel, so I don't know if that really checks out, but okay. I think we definitely want to have field hospital on these guys. And then do we want to add that heavy artillery support? I do like the idea of them having more breakthrough. I want these guys to be able to attack. It's an elite division, and I want it to be able to push forward if I need to. That looks good to me. If I added anything else here, what would it be? Probably not. I mean, it could be a maintenance company, because these guys are going to be in rough terrain. So they're always going to be suffering attrition. So I think that's it. Boom. Mountain division constructed. We've got a marine division that's not really a marine division just yet. They've got their own garrison division that's like... basically like ours. You just delete that. It's basically the same. This we need to change into an actual garrison division, though. Oops. Occupation division. Because we determined that suppression is still best provided. Let's see, these guys would add how much suppression? 2. These guys would add 2.4. Yeah. So, like, if you look, we've now got 2 garrison divisions, right? This one is garrison troops plus military police. And then I have one I called Occupation Division. Let's go ahead and look and see which of them provides the best bang for your buck. Production cost per suppression, the Garrison Division is pretty low. Lower than the Occupation Division, actually. Somehow. The manpower per suppression is also lower. So yeah, I think I do want the Garrison Division here. Now, Austria is not a resisting country, right? Yeah, there's no resistance here. Or maybe there can't be because it's core territory now. All right, let's go back and see what's going on down here. Still slowly grinding away at the Spanish Civil War. Oh, we get a ton of political power from that. We could do anything. This is an option. Free trade advocate. We gain more resources from our core territory. Consumer goods factories go down. I'm really having a hard time not wanting to do that. I love the idea of Rudolf Hess, and I think I might replace this guy with Rudolf Hess. But we're going to get free trade advocate right now, and then we maybe choose Rudolf Hess down there. In the meantime, we can do one more thing. What are we about to do a lot of research in? 1938 tanks is about to happen. Light tanks and heavy tanks. We could do a light tank designer. No, we can't because we need to own Bohemia in order to get that light tank designer. So we can't do that yet. But we are about to do a medium tank designer. I don't want to lower the reliability of our medium tanks. That's just raw. Summon Fritz Tot. It's way down here. So I'm not going to get that until much later. Oh, this is when you get Albert Speer and you get apparently access to that design company as well. Speer. So if that's the case, I don't really have a good option for a light tank designer. I could get this medium tank designer for when I'm researching my Panzer III alternate here. It's going to make it harder to build Panzer IIIs, though. Boy, that is just rough. But the max speed goes up. And that is good. Reliability going up is also good. Makes it... Okay, we'll do it. Twisting my arm. Okay.
Auf geht's!
Oh, I still have free civilian factories. Holy Jesus, I got a lot of stuff I can do. Well, in that case, let's get more naval dockyards on the list. We just got a ton of free military factories. And apparently I have more rubber than I need right now. Doesn't mean we shouldn't also have a plan for more rubber, and we're doing more right now. 6 each, huh? All right, less than a year left on advanced machine tools. So in 1938, we're going to start Plan Z and start construction on the fleet that we hope to use to challenge the British.
Vorrücken!
Can't see these guys, but I have to imagine they're taking some attrition now. Hello, Falcon Punch. I'm glad it worked out for you. It is insane that there's not more thought put into how to make the tutorials for these games
Right.
more accessible. It would be difficult and it would require a lot of extra coding, but the way to do it really, in my opinion, is you start with a blank screen, no user interface, just the map. And then you teach the player individual things and you put them on the screen one piece at a time. Okay, here's how you do research. We allow you to see the research tree. Everything else is still hidden, so you're not overwhelming the player, right? And you could always skip this if you really want to jump into it. But for a new player who hasn't played a Paradox game before, it's incredibly overwhelming. All these buttons, and they have so many sub-buttons, and you can hover over things and see all kinds of information. And you create a narrative out of it, right? If you want to see the way to do this, there's a board game called Through the Ages. That is not a simple game. It's a fairly complex civilization-style board game, but it's done in a very unintuitive way with this weird set of cards. It doesn't have a map or anything, so it's less like a lot of other civilization-style board games that you're familiar with. But the app for Through the Ages has an absolutely brilliant tutorial. It teaches everything you need to know. It does it really well. It does it in an entertaining way that allows you to see the consequences of all the things that you're doing. And the game itself, by the way, is really good. You can. I suggest putting on your Steam wish list if you do like Civilization style games. You can play async games of Through the Ages against other players, insofar as, say, you take your turn and then you log off, and then Steam will pop up a message and say, hey, so-and-so is taking a turn a few hours later, and then you can do your turn. And it's great. And what's more, I could not imagine turning this game that normally just absorbs my giant table in real life and setting it up in a way that I could play it on my phone. And it works. It works really well, and it's crossplay. So I could start a game on my computer, close it, and then when I'm out and about later, I'm upstairs or I'm getting ready to go to bed or whatever, thing pops up on my phone. Bloop, you have a turn. Okay, take a turn. Done. It's really good. Through the Ages, definitely check that out if you are interested in all in that. And like I said, super good tutorial. So now we are as far as we can possibly go here. We need to basically end Czechoslovakia in order to get the next part of this tree. We don't have access to any of this tree. These are both requiring us to get new subsidiaries, so we can't do any of that. So now we've got to figure out where to go. Down the army tree, the Luftwaffe tree. I don't think I want to do the naval tree just yet. I'm going to need army and air for the fight in France. So we get some free air bases, and then we have to choose between like a strategic bombing operation or a tactical bombing operation. Strategic bombing could help us if we want to go after the British. Would also give us the design company to make our close air support less reliable but better and easier to produce. Whereas this one gives us long-range fighters, which we might actually need more, is long-range fighters, which is heavy fighters, really. So I think we might go for the strategic option. This one also gives light fighter research plus 10%, fighter reliability goes up and cost goes down, air experience gain goes up. This one reduces the ahead of time penalty and gives 100% research bonus for tactical bomber models. The Schnellbomber, German Kaz doctrine, will get the most up-to-date research plane model up to year 40 if you have them researched. Of what type? Of all planes? That can't be right. Maybe just Kaz. Strategic bombing doctrine will give 200 modern strategic bombers if you have them researched. Damn. Ooh, and we need naval attack bombers, don't we? Let's start by going here. Battlefield support doctrine plus 5%. Now, the other thing we need to worry about, demand Sudetenland. We need 950,000 manpower, and we need to do it at the beginning of January, so a little less than 2 months away. How close are we to 950 manpower? 950,000 manpower. Pretty close. We're at 934 right now, and we have another 50,000 in training. Presumably, when we deploy, these two will be there, or be square. These are all deploying at latest in February. We can pre-deploy them if we really want to. I'm not sure we do. Let's get rid of these divisions that were no good. There we go. We're back to a sensible number of divisions. Let's go ahead and boost our Marine divisions to looking like they're supposed to look. I actually like my Marine divisions to be 40 width, if possible. Or 30 width. I guess in this mod it would be 30 width. Can I give them like a pack artillery? Well, let's start with this. We're at 28. Oops. If we give them a pack artillery, what does that do to our stats? Amphibious operations are, wow, 131 and base is 131. If we take this away, it's 121. Wait. Oh, okay. Attack him at 135. So one pack artillery doesn't significantly hurt us. What about one regular artillery? I think that would be a bigger penalty. Yeah, minus 5% attack instead of minus what? 3.7. Let's go with pack artillery in the main line. That gets us to 30. We're definitely going to want a division headquarters company. Do we want an anti-tank support company? I think we do. In the case that there are armor or mechanized forces defending, I'd want to be able to pierce them. 6.1 is not enough, but this is the cheapest way to get anti-tank. We also want them to survive really well. We want definitely Pioneer Battalion because that significantly improves our amphibious attack. And then we're going to need some kind of recon. Could we give them armored car recon without hurting our amphibious? I'm guessing, though, a light tank recon is out of the question. No, it's not. We can still give them light tank recon. And that gives them the breakthrough they need. So let's do that. Lastly, we definitely want them to have lower supply usage. So we want to give them a logistics company. And we might not have perfect security of the air, even if we want to. So maybe we give them an anti-air company? It increases supply use and lowers our reliability a little bit. Increases production cost. Tough call. If we gave them heavy artillery support, the main advantage here is the fort and urban attack. And the breakthrough. Just give them, like, the full treatment here. That's not a terrible idea. They've got some decent hard attack, lots of soft attack, quite a good breakthrough. Between the light tank recon and the heavy artillery support, they've got good breakthrough, which they need if they're going to be performing offensives. And their amphibious attacks are still very, very good. So I think that's the Marine division I want. I don't necessarily need to train them just yet, though. We're going to hold off on that. Hey, we're finally gaining on fuel.
Los, los, los!
Even though we're fighting down here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Angetreten.
These guys are battle-hardened.
Befehle?
Oh, if this guy attacks us and loses all his organization, and wow, he's losing a ton of supplies too, we're just going to attack him and close off all of these guys. Counterattack right into that spot. Take it. These guys are all blocked off. Yeah, it's... Wow. Nationalist Spain is doing some good pushing, but they can't get Madrid. They keep getting bubbled over here. They keep getting blocked. But if we close up this gap here, which should be pretty easy, to be honest, then... even though they're hills, they're trapped. Communist China capitulated. Dun, dun, dun.
Achtung!
All right, let's start training our training army. Still 934 in the field. Oh, we've got a couple of free slots here to choose. Where to go from here? We're going to do our 2 other radios, which boost up the quality of our forces, but in order to get that quality, we have to give them a lot more radio equipment. We have a good amount of radio equipment in reserve, but I am worried that as soon as we have to pass it out to every single one of our divisions, it's going to get that stockpile is going to get eaten up real quick. Oh, we have insufficient tungsten. Well, come on, Sweden. Bring it on.
Befehle! Ausrücken!
All right, so we've got the armored car. We already have our medium tank design company figured out here. What about Poland? Acti Poland? Attack Poland. I see. It's coming.
Achtung!
Yes. Continue improving your infrastructure, please, Netherlands. I'm sure it will work out in your favor. What are we doing here? Oh, armored cars. We've got a new version of it. Oh. Well, I have no land XP, so I cannot improve the armored cars. So our stability is very high. Excellent. Yeah, we don't need any of those, basically. Political actions aren't necessary. Economic policy, though. How the hell are we going to have more than 100 dockyards? We only have 25 right now. The Panay incident. Oh, no.
Befehle?
Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Okay. Let's see if we can help them take Madrid and maybe end this charade, as it were. You know what? I don't like our fuel being this low. It's going to take a long time to fill it up. So I'm going to start importing... Oops, not that much. Let's do 3 factories worth and see what that gets us. Wow, that gets us a lot. Still going to take more than 5 years to fill it up. Let's try 5 factories worth. Still going to take... I mean, we have a large fuel capacity, right? Look at that. Huge amount of fuel capacity. We need that filled up. How did this happen?
Angetreten.
So we were thinking about these long-range fighters in the strategic bomber doctrine. Fallschirmjäger. I think I want this in order to get that researcher theorist available.
Ihre Befehle.
Let's see. This could give us improved fire control. Yeah. Not terrible idea. Let's make high quality naval components. All right. Okay, we can lower our fuel consumption a little bit by doing this, and we now get to make our strategic reserve. These actually need icons, don't they? So these are medium tanks. There's only one division with medium tanks, but it still is. Maybe that's my symbol I want to use for medium tanks.
Zuhören.
This one is going to be my strategic reserve. It's basically motorized. It's kind of mechanized. It's a little bit mechanized because it's got armored cars. We could make it mechanized eventually, but it's really motorized. If we give them some armor as their recon, light tank recon here, it lowers our defense, actually. I'm not a huge fan of that in lieu of the breakthrough. Let's keep it the way that it is. I want this to mainly be a, oh crap, I need defense here to help prevent an envelopment. This is what this division is for. So yeah, it's a motorized division. That's what it's going to have for the insignia.
Befehle.
These are light tanks. We'll put just a regular NATO tank icon. These are medium tanks. They got the one stripe on the side. One of those focuses gave us a ridiculous amount of fuel capacity. And we are probably never going to be able to fill that damn thing, but we're going to try. We've got 2 more, like, fuel refineries being built, but look, doing that importing, we're getting like almost 4,000 fuel, whereas the refineries barely give 1,000, and we have a lot of refineries. How many refineries do we have? I'm actually not sure. But each refinery gives what? 72 fuel, 86 fuel. That's so low. That is so low. I think they're trying to make it as realistic as possible, you know? But these barely increase it either. So we're just about to hit 38. Let's continue down the research of things that we can get in 38. We've got free dockyards. Great. Let's start considering I mean, maybe we should consider a line of subs. Because we still want to choke the British and have them force them to deal with the subs while they deal with our surface fleet as well. So the other one is a Type 7. This is a Type 8, because I said so. Better engine means lower sub visibility. Radar would help them find enemy ships. Or do we want to give them torpedo attack? I think giving them radar is probably more valuable than giving them extra torpedoes, to be honest. So we're going to try that. So we'll have one line of those going, and we're going to have 5.
Angetreten. Ausrücken.
Let's continue to press in here. Oh boy, I need to continue trading for even more fuel. Where else can I get it? The Dutch East Indies. I've got to fill up those reserves. 38 is when we can first get our paratroopers. Does this give you paratroopers? That does. Okay, it's actually upgrading all of these. Is there any other 38 stuff we should consider before that? No. Light tanks? Assault guns? Oh, we could consider these. I think we definitely want fuel usage lower and reliability higher rather than a boost to max speed. So we're going to use diesel engines instead of petrol engines. Hey, look! We might actually have full fuel by the time the war breaks out. Not really. Synthetic oil refinery is just not going to be very good. But, I mean, I have plenty of civilian factories, is the thing. The Romanian election approved the King Carol II, blah, 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 who cares? We can also get some from the Netherlands, for now, or from Romania, rather. All right, now we're cooking with gas, so to speak, because we actually have some.
Achtung.
This is a plane, right? I can't tell. Yes, those are planes, so that's where we want to keep attacking to.
Greif weiter an.
Panzerfaust commences. German units cross the border with Hungary and followed by Hungarian army units, they advance towards Budapest. We did? Chancellor Hitler arrived the next day and spoke to Hungarian people, fulfilling the promises. Just Germans walking in their backyard, question mark? I guess they finished a focus that made them fascist, and that's what that news is about. Question. We can demand Sudetenland. Do I want to, like, start defending the border here just in case? It's possible Sudetenland does cause a war. So let's go ahead and do that. That means I want to get my west wall built. Just in case. I don't know. Guderian under a field marshal. Oh, no, Guderian isn't a field marshal. He is a regular general. I could promote him, I believe. We have Walter von Brauchticht, Wilhelm Keitel, Rundstedt, and Kesselring. And then I think Guderian is here. I have him as a regular general at the moment. That might change. We might promote him later, but for now, I think he's leading my my light tanks. All right, let's head right over to West Wall, wherever that is. Oh no, that was a decision, right? It wasn't a. Oh, that's right. Oh, I would have got tank radios and vehicle radios for free? Well, let's go ahead and choose something different for this then. Pays to look at these things, huh? Panzer III off C. Oh, I'm also getting that for free. Son of a bitch. Let's go down that tree, and the west wall has to be constructed. There it is. 70 days. Ooh, it's going to take a little while, but okay. Unfulfilled import requests. The Dutch East Indies are not giving us what they were promising us. Jerks. We could ask Colombia to give us one factory's worth. Why did they have all these guys spread out up here guarding like cities and stuff, but those don't matter. You're in an internal struggle. Nobody's coming at you from actually, can you take that airfield? One of you should stay behind. Yeah, so we successfully cut them off. Surrounded.
Angetreten. Bereit.
All right, what's next here? We got the Sudetenland happening real soon. Might want to do this, but I think I've got other things to put on these tracks, especially if we're going to be going, well, not real soon, but if they do try to fight the Sudetenland decision, then yeah, it's going to be a problem because we don't really have an army, although here it is. We've got some now coming out of our training army. Let's go ahead and boom, there we go. Now we've almost got a full secondary army, and our strategic reserve is now filling up. What are we lacking now? Transport vehicles is still behind. So let's go ahead and make sure we get more trucks being built. Oh, Guderian can't be led by a field marshal when he's a volunteer, I think. I guess I could, maybe, but he was under von Rundstedt. And then when he got pulled out for the Spanish volunteers, so I guess I have to give a field marshal to get a field marshal, so to speak. Oh, I don't know what I want to make this guy. I'm going to wait on that, and I'll figure it out later.
Los, los, los!
We're slowly pushing back the lines here. They might get Valencia soon. We've already got Barcelona. Madrid is the one. That's the key. I think we're wearing them down. Looks like the Soviets have 4 divisions in here. We just have so few divisions, period, unfortunately. What's the next step? The Vienna Award. Oh. Often considered to be the first practical functional helicopter. Does it come in black? Okay. So what does this require? Will we own Sudetenland? We can start doing the first Vienna Award. Which I think, what does that give away? Pieces of Hungary to Romania, or pieces of Romania to Hungary? I can't remember. Pieces of Czechoslovakia to Hungary? It's one of those things. And then we can do Fate of Czechoslovakia, as long as it's after... Oh, one of the following must be true. Yeah, one of them is true. So we can do the Fate of Czechoslovakia as soon as the Demand Sudetenland is done. Get the whole thing as fast as we can. All right, all right. Should we try pushing on Madrid? Maybe. I could also try coming in through these plains here. Just like push through here and wrap around this guy. But Madrid is where it's at. Achtung Panzer! Hang on. Kampfgruppen. There's just so much stuff you get from this tree. It's just packed with stuff. 1.6 years.
Los, los, los!
Forcing them all to take some damage. Let's attack Madrid and see what happens, I guess. It says we're going to lose just because we have these huge penalties to our attack due to the terrain type. Our light armor division's just not great there. Guderian got countered. Come on, Guderian. Figure it out. Oh, your tactic is attack. What? Really? That's your tactic? Oh, some other guy's in charge now. He's also choosing attack. Ooh, assault. Assault is a better one. Guderian's back in charge. Good job, Guderian. Show him what for. This is a button you can look at and just take a real deep dive into how this all works. But, boy, is it like, you can't really affect it. This mod is Hearts of Oak Director's Cut. On the workshop, it's known simply as Director's Cut, but it is an offshoot of the Hearts of Oak mod, which stopped being updated about a couple of months ago. And one of the original developers of that mod wanted to keep it going, so they started a new one and just called it Director's Cut. So this one has been continuously updated. And there's a lot of things I like about it. I did, if you want to watch the previous video, I spent the first like half hour, 40 minutes talking about the mod and talking about what I liked and didn't like about it. What I really like about it is this. 120 with combat is the norm if you're attacking from one direction. And then if you're attacking from more than one direction, it gets plus 60 for each individual one, which means 30 is the natural width that you will find the best and most efficient way of using. And it lets you build divisions that look really nice and historical, and they feel like, yes, that's a division that would work correctly in real life. You've got 9, infantry regiments here. Then you've got some support regiments of heavy artillery, anti-tank, anti-air, and heavy artillery that's semi-motorized. It's just very pleasing. What do we do here? We could wait and get Manstein as our armor research guy. We've already got Guderian giving us a land doctrine research in a speed of 10. We're pretty low on that already. I don't think we need to. Tank expert speeds up our armor research speed. I don't think we need that right now. What about our air situation? What's our air force? We're going to research a lot of air forces real soon. So maybe we do a design company. Messerschmitt gives us reliability and range for our fighters, which would be very good to have. Or do we want agility and air attack for our fighters? We can't. We need the Luftwaffe expansion. Ay, 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 ay. Henschel also needs the Luftwaffe expansion. Where the hell's all that hiding? Way down here. It's all over the place. All right, what do we got? Free civilian factories. There's so many civilian factories. I think I'm going to add... Well, I've already done... In all the places that have 100%, I've already built my my synthetic oil. I think I'm going to do a new line of military factories. So now we've got 4 lines of dockyards and 2 lines of military factories going here. And we're slowly filling up our fuel reserves, which we're going to drain really fast fairly soon. Here's an interesting thing. Trade oil with the Soviet Union. They will not give us very much at all. They don't have much to export. Like, they have 36 plus the 8, I guess, they're sending to Sweden. Oh, no, that's 36 including the 8 sending to Sweden. So, like, that must be because of their... Which we can't see, can we? I guess we can. They have an export focus. Why is it only 36%? Where's all of their oil? Or 36. Export focus is half, right? Half of your resources is supposed to go to the market. And they have at least 200. So that should be 100 going to the market. No, they have also 23 over here. They have well over 220, 30. So why is so little available to the market? I'm not saying why is so little available to me, because I'm pretty sure out of 36 oil, the Soviet Union has only 28 left for export, and it's only sending out 8. Do they have, like, a special focus that reduces the amount? Yes! Home of the Revolution. Minus 40% resources to market. You son of a bitch! How am I supposed to trade with you? I think the answer is built into my decision tree. Soviet-German trade agreement gives me 500 fuel gain automatically. Which would be how much? Oh, wrong thing. We're gaining 8.6 thousand. So 500 would be an extra 10, 20%-ish, somewhere in there, 15%. That's not terrible. It's half of the amount of oil that I'm getting from my refineries. I could pull another 36 out of them if I had to. But boy, that's annoying. And here's the next question. What is their infrastructure like here? 4 of 7 and 4 of 7. So they could pump this up to increase their own fuel, but they probably don't need to. I'm curious, though. I want to find out. Let's see. Tag SOV. Come on. There we go. Yeah, they're full. They are so full. They're gaining 15,000 a day. We were happy with our 8.5, and we're trading for a ton of it. a ton of fuel. So yeah, they also don't have as much capacity. So, okay, tag GR. The answer is simple. You take the oil. Here's the thing. I can't take the oil and invade Britain at the same time. My thought was, hey, I'll go ahead and invade the British Isles, and I'll use the oil from the Soviet Union while I'm doing that by trading with them. But it turns out that's not going to work out super well. I'll have to get Romanian oil to work in my favor there. Oh, that's damaged, huh? That's interesting. So that's why they've got a little bit less oil than normal, because they're damaged. All right. We're going to call it there for today, and we'll pick it up tomorrow around 10:30 Eastern Time, which is 14:30 UTC. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.